Hey guys, welcome back. So this was supposed to be a fun video and this was supposed to be a track weekend video, but I got to the track and the NA engine let go before I even got on track. So unfortunately, this is not that video. So I'm now headed to the track with a trailer to go ahead and pick this thing up and bring it home till we get a new engine for it. I'm hoping to get one this week. We have some contacts in Illinois that, fingers crossed, we can get a good 1.6 engine from. So that's the plan. We're just gonna replace it with a 1.6, an OEM 1.6, call it good, and then maybe in the long term end up building this 1.6 and maybe do like a higher horsepower 1.6 engine. I think it would be cool to make, you know, maximum like 150 horsepower. Nothing crazy. I still want it to be an A, so I don't know, we'll see. But for now, let's get my broken, blown up NA that literally cannot even start because there is so little compression back home.
What do you got?
Like 120-ish.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, it's good.
What do you got?
This one's a little lower, like 110.
Still.
This is our best one yet at like 130.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good. Well, the NA is home and broken, and the NC is home and kind of broken. Part failure, yes, okay, yes, that is true. So this is my power steering line from my NC. That's why that's all open and broken looking, outside of the fact that it's also broken, but not drivability wise, whatever. Anywho, this line broke on John, so I ran home from the track back here and got my line so we could keep testing the car. And the part that failed is actually this piece right here, snapped in half. Very odd, whatever. Put it back together, get this going, and then the actual pump kept spraying out fluid as well. So once we got this in and all set up, this is not a problem I have on mine, so I don't think it's a problem with the hose itself, but there was so much pressure, I'm guessing from how high this engine revs in comparison to the OEM engine, and this is the OEM power steering pump for reference. So this is the original Mazda power steering pump, and with how much higher the K series revs, I think it's over revving the pump and to the point where this is actually the return line for the power steering as far as I understand. It had so much pressure in it, it was blowing power steering fluid out of the top, which is insane to me. I don't know how this has happened. This car is covered in power steering fluid. I've cleaned it a million times, but we just need to go through and fully pressure wash it. But as you can see, fluids everywhere. So we're gonna try and work on a more serious solution, and I think maybe try and see if there's a way we can go back to using not back because we never, but go to using a K series pump that can actually handle the amount of revs that this engine has. That's kind of the post rev up update with the cars. Is everything's kind of broken, but that's good. As far as like serious problems on the KNC, there isn't really any. This is nothing, that's not a big deal. So that should be a fairly easy solution. This, on the other hand though, I did retime the engine thinking maybe I messed up the timing doing the water pump. So just to be safe, I just said, you know what, I think the timing looks good, but maybe I'm a tooth off. Retimed the whole thing, got like 3 other people's opinions on the timing. Everybody agreed it looked good. Car still wouldn't start, still had a bunch of issues at the track. And then ended up getting a compression tester while I was at the track, tested compression, and there was very low compression on all of the cylinders. Cylinder 2 100% has lost a ring because there's plenty of oil making its way up to the spark plug. So unfortunately, her time is done. So with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and start looking for an engine for this. And before you guys start saying it, no, I'm not engine swapping it. This is like the only car I don't really want to engine swap of my fleet right now. So we are just looking for another stock 1.6, and I'm thinking maybe it would be fun eventually to build this 1.6 since we didn't blow a hole out the side of it. I think it'd be cool to build like a slightly higher horsepower 1.6, nothing crazy, maybe 120. I don't know, I just think that would be cool, and I really want to learn how to rebuild the engines. So that's what's coming for this one. And obviously what's coming for this one is figuring out the power steering issue. So more to come. Okay, so update on this car is I had an engine lined up almost instantly for it, but then we took compression numbers of the engine and not good. Then I had another one in hopes, and then the thermostat housing was cracked and I just didn't want to risk it. So it's been a few weeks. Unfortunately, I did not source an engine for this as fast as I wanted to, but I have a friend who has actually made a feature in a previous video. If you remember the ladies track day that we did with the NC, she was driving a NB. It was a bright blue NB, and her brother happens to have a red NA, and it got into a rear end accident, and the engine has absolutely perfect compression and the transmission is in really good shape. So I'm gonna go ahead and buy this engine and transmission from her. So that is what's coming up for this. We have finally a new 1.6, and it is absolutely perfect compression, like 190 all the way across. So I am so excited for that. I was getting very worried, and I was worried I was gonna have to do the whole JDM engine swap because it's not the same as the US 1.6. Thankfully, all of that is now out, and I have a 1.6 that I'm going to be picking up next week for this. So the next video you see of this is going to be pulling this engine. As for this car, I think the decision as of now, of course anything could change because we all know how life goes, but as of now, the decision is to go ahead and put the Volvo electric power steering in there. This is a common swap on other cars. You see it a lot in especially GLTC, which is what the car is aiming to be in. A lot of those guys are running the Volvo electric power steering. So I think that's ultimately what we're gonna do with this one. It will free up some horsepower on top of the fact that we don't have to worry about overspinning this pump, and then we don't have to worry about trying to retrofit the K-Series pump because it is bigger and it will knock into the intake here. So I think that is the move. I think that is the decision. I will give you guys an update as soon as we make progress on this. But for the broken cars video, that is a wrap, and I will see you guys in the next one. Probably going to be tearing this thing apart. I will see you very soon. Thanks so much for watching. Peace out, and I will catch you in the next one.